Hello and welcome to Priyanshu's analysis of Test cricket now. I covered the IPL a couple of months back. Now, this is Test cricket, the real deal. The test of character, stamina, patience, technique. India take on West Indies in Antigua today. This is the first day of Test cricket on this tour of Caribbean. The Antigua pitch, it's devoid of any grass, so I don't expect a lot of lateral movement. This pitch has less bounce compared to Jamaica and Barbados. India will go with 4 specialist bowlers in R. Ashwin, Amit Mishra, Mohammad Shami and Ishant Sharma. The choice for an all-rounder is between Ravindra Jadeja and Stuart Binnie, and in all likelihood in this game Ravindra Jadeja should play because this pitch doesn't offer too much seam movement, and Stuart Binnie, well, he thrives on seam movement and swing. Maybe in Jamaica he might get his opportunity. The Indian squad looks pretty settled. The choice is between Shikhar Dhawan and KL Rahul to open, but given this is going to be a slow pitch, not much for the bowlers. Virat Kohli, he's going with Shikhar Dhawan in all likelihood. Shikhar Dhawan, he's an aggressive batsman. He got some runs in Sri Lanka, then he got injured, but he got a quick century there. So that's what Virat Kohli will expect from him. Go and play his natural game, get some quick runs. India will have to go for 20 wickets. That means they'll have to attack, and the attack starts from batting. The captain, who wins the toss, is going to choose to bat first, take advantage of the pitch, get some runs on board because the pitch is going to get slower and slower as the game progresses. There's a slight chance of rain, although Antigua is one of the drier islands. This time of the year, there are a lot of hurricanes in the Caribbean. Hopefully the rain stays away and doesn't affect the match much. We might have 4.5 days of game. India would like to win the first test and set the tone. For West Indies, well, they don't have their best squad. They don't have their best players playing in this particular series. A lot of them are playing in CPL. They have problems with the board. So their squad looks pretty fresh. Rajendra Chandrika is an opener. His statistics in domestic cricket, they are underwhelming. He's played some test cricket. He averages less than 25-26. In first class cricket, he averages close to 17 or 18, which are not good signs. I'm not sure why he's in the team. Maybe selectors have seen something that others haven't. Craig Braithwaite, he scored some good runs. He's played a few test matches. He averages in mid-30s, which is not bad for a West Indian opener. But West Indies, they haven't had good opening partnerships in the few tests they have played in the last couple of years. They haven't won many tests. They haven't won tests against good teams. They were thwarted in Australia by Australia. They lost that series 2-0. They would have lost 3-0 had the rain not intervened. Marlon Samuels, a really important cog in the wheel for West Indies. He's been really prolific in one-day cricket, but his test cricket, the numbers, they haven't been good. He's playing, he's lucky because West Indies, they do not have too much choice. They don't have too many people to pick from. Darren Bravo, he's an elegant left-handed batsman, but he hasn't done justice to his talent yet. He averages close to 40, which is all right for a middle-order batsman or number 3 or 4 batsman. But he's not a match winner. He has to go and contribute. He has to score more runs for West Indies. He has to be more consistent. They have a new wicket-keeper batsman, Shane Dowrich. He's played a couple of games. Dropping Dinesh Ramdeen in this series, I don't think that was the best idea, but selectors are going with a new wicket-keeper batsman. So let's see how he performs. The West Indies bowling lineup, Shannon Gabriel, he has a lot of pace. He does extract bounce even from the flat surfaces which do not have too much bounce. So I expect him to bowl in the mid-90s to the late 80s. He will trouble the batsman with his pace, with his bounce and with his length. Kemar Roach is not playing. He's been a quick bowler, but he's been injury prone. His numbers in the recent past haven't been good. Jerome Taylor, he has retired from test cricket. So a lot depends on how Jason Holder bowls. He's a decent all-rounder in the shorter form of the game. So is Carlos Brathwaite. Carlos Brathwaite, he bowls a nagging line, doesn't move the ball much. His stock delivery is the one which comes into the right-handed batsman. He's going to bowl wicket to wicket. That should be the line for the bowlers in this particular game, because there won't be any lateral movement, so they cannot just stick to the corridor because it's not going to trouble most of the batsmen here. Devendra Bishu, he's a decent leg spinner. He's done really well in the shorter form of the game. So I expect him to perform well, put Indian batsmen under some trouble. But Indian batsmen, they love to use their feet against the spinners. So it would be a big test for him. First day of test cricket, India would like to get an upper hand, score at a quick rate, get through the first 10-15 overs, put 350 on board on the first day, bat until say lunchtime the next day, put 450 on board, and then invite West Indies to bat. This won't be an easy task for West Indies. The Indian batters, they have done really well in the past. They have been in really good form, whether it's the longer form of the game or the shorter form of the game. Murali Vijay has been really good as an opening batsman in the last few years. So he is going to keep his pace as an opening batter unless he gets injured for all the games. But Shikhar Dhawan, well, he is actually contesting with KL Rahul. KL Rahul, he's a good bat. He scored centuries. He's shown good form in shorter formats as well as the longer formats. Virat Kohli, we all know that he's been in great touch. So nothing to talk about Virat Kohli. Ajinkya Rahane, he's had a fabulous test series against South Africa last time around. He's been in really good touch. He scored a lot of runs. So he keeps his pace. Rohit Sharma will have to wait for his opportunity. Wriddhiman Saha, as a keeper batsman, Wriddhiman Saha, he hasn't really impressed me with his batting yet. He averages in early 40s in the first class. But in Test cricket, he's still not really performing. He scored a couple of half centuries, but he's not consistent with the bat. He needs to contribute more with the bat. It's not easy to fill into Dhoni's shoes. Dhoni, he averaged in mid to late 30s in Test cricket. He was a good keeper in Test cricket, but he commanded respect from the opposition, and he has changed Test matches on his own. So Wriddhiman Saha, he has big shoes to fill in. He needs to come good with the bat, especially when India is going to go with 4 specialist bowlers and 1 all-rounder. Wriddhiman Saha, he needs to score really well in this series. He needs to score 3 or 4 50s in this series so the selectors can keep their faith in him. Otherwise, well, KL Rahul, he's still a work in progress when it comes to keeping. But India might go with 1 extra batter in KL Rahul if Wriddhiman Saha doesn't perform. I am not a fan of not having a specialist keeper in Test cricket, but Wriddhiman Saha, he needs to do well. He needs to do his job. Amit Mishra will be playing. Amit Mishra, well, he did well in the warm-up matches. So did Ravindra Jadeja. Ishant Sharma, well, if he bowls a good line and a good length, he's going to get wickets. Mohammad Shami is back after an injury. He always gets wickets in Test cricket. He can get wicket bowling conventional swing. He gets a lot of reverse swing. And if the pitch is dry, the ball is going to get scuffed up from one side. So that should work in his favor. I'm calling it India's day, the first day. We have to see what happens though. This is Test cricket. 1 session can turn the game. So we'll go session by session. At the end of today, I'll talk about what happened in the game today or what happened on the first day of Test cricket. All the best to both teams. I hope West Indies put up a fight. They bowl well, they bat well. All the best, India. Well, I'm going for India to win this game if it lasts for 5 days. I hope the Indian bowlers come good. I'll talk to you after the day's play. Have a great day. Enjoy Test cricket at its best.